are you managing the protein that your brain needs? Hi, I'm Bernice Hunt, and I am a brain health specialist. I work with women just like you who are starting to notice a few memory challenges, and I help you to stay sharp so that as you age, you can still travel, have fun with your grandkids, and experience new adventures without missing a beat. As a wellness coach for more than 12 years, I hear a lot of people talking about protein, and a lot of people are saying they need it, but sometimes that seems to be an excuse that allows them to eat the things they want to eat and not eat the things that they don't care about eating. I get it. And we do need protein. Every cell in our body, including our brain, needs protein. In fact, our brain is about 20% protein. Once you take out the water, it's second largest amount of matter in our brain is the protein. So I get that. Did you catch my video a few days ago? I did a video on protein. If you didn't see it, it's just a short little video. You can catch it on my YouTube channel, or you can watch it on my Facebook page as well. Keep your brain sharp. Today I wanted to talk about how you're managing that protein that you do need. So we're going to talk about where it comes from. We're going to talk about when you're eating it, and we're going to talk about how much you're eating every day. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Now, you know you can't store protein. When you ingest protein, you're either going to use it as energy or it gets stored as fat. Those are your two options. So you don't want to eat too little because you need it for energy, but you don't want to eat too much because it's going to get stored for fat. So there's a balance that we're going to talk about. And especially athletes and men, some studies say, are taking more protein than they need. And guess where it's going to get stored? As fat. Okay, so be careful about that. Now, also, there's a little misconception about the more protein you eat, the more muscle you're going to have. That is not true. What builds muscle is strength training. So if you want more muscle, you need to lift those weights, get those resistance bands. Strength training is what you want to do if you want more muscles and stronger muscles, okay? And they used to say that you measure your protein intake by the number of calories you're eating. They say 10 to 35% of your calories should be of protein. That was in the oldie days, but now they're saying that you should measure your intake of protein based on your weight. Just like they recommend that you drink half your body weight of water in ounces. So if you're trying to drink water, your goal should be, the ounces should be equal to half your body weight, okay, drinking water. And they say with protein, it should be about half your body weight in grams. That's what they're saying these days. So you're going to get that much protein in your body, especially if you're getting older as you age. You're going to be needing more protein because guess what? We don't do as good a job of utilizing the protein that we're ingesting as we age. So where you used to only have this amount of protein could do the job. This amount of protein no longer does the job. You need to get this amount of protein so that you can utilize it better and make better use of it to get more bang for your buck. That's what we're talking about. So as you get older, you may even have to increase that, but you need to check with your doctor on that, because if you have like advanced type 2 diabetes, or if you have kidney disease or kidney issues and liver issues, you need to check with your doctor, because sometimes eating more protein is not what he's going to advise you to do. So check if you have certain issues, but for everyone else, you should be eating half your body weight in grams. Okay, so what do we need this protein for? Why do we need this protein? Well, protein is needed for a lot of things. You already probably know about your bones and about your skin and about your hair and about your nails. Those are all good things too. Muscle repair, those amino acids will repair torn tissue, and it actually ends up strengthening your muscles. So you need the protein, because protein is the building blocks. Amino acids are the building blocks of the protein. So you need to eat protein to help with muscle repair, but also with like preparing other parts of your body as well. Okay, also for digestion. Also for your neurotransmitters, those connections that are messaging to your brain, those are made out of amino acids as well. And so you're going to need protein for that, okay? Now, protein also helps with, get this, weight loss. Eating protein makes you feel fuller, so you're not as likely to eat more. So it helps you with weight loss. It also helps you heal wounds. Like we're talking body repair. It helps you with wound healing. And it also helps you, as we talked about, repair those muscles. Did you know that you also need protein for your hormones and your enzymes? And that's when we're talking about digestion and stuff. You need protein for all that. So there's a good reason. Protein keeps you more alert, gives you more energy. Protein also helps you with depression. Not to be depressed, okay? Because like you said, it helps with hormones and enzymes and stuff like that, and also just optimizes your brain's functioning. You're sharper, you're more alert. You know that. Sometimes if you eat a little protein, you know that's what you experience, because it is helping you in those areas. And when should you be eating this protein? It matters when you eat protein. And do you know, you probably do already know, that many, many people eat the majority of their protein after 6:30 as their last meal of the day. They say up to like 65% of your protein for a lot of us is eaten at dinner time. That's not good, because they found out that you should be utilizing and eating protein throughout your day, starting with breakfast. And they found out that there's less than, most adults eat less than 10 grams of protein at breakfast. Do you know what they say you should be eating at every meal? 30 grams. So you should be eating about 30 grams of protein, starting with your breakfast and then going to your lunch and then going to your dinner, so that you even that out throughout your day, so your protein can start working and doing what it's supposed to do throughout your day. Yeah, makes kind of sense. Makes sense. Okay, so what do you eat? Well, technically, all food has some protein in it, or just about every food. But the problem is that some have more protein than others. They call them the richer in protein. Some have more processing in that food. It's more processed food than others, which is not going to be best for you. Yeah. Some have more contamination. They have the protein, but the food itself is contaminated more than other foods. Some foods are more easily digested than other foods. And so you have to consider that when you're making your selection for protein. Okay, so two different kinds. There's animal protein, there's meat protein. There's pros and cons for both. I'm not really advocating one or the other right now, but I just need to know that you need to have a variety of protein, and you need to weigh the situation of that protein that you're eating. Because like with animal protein, you want to make sure it's grass-fed. You don't want it to be contaminated, although plant protein can be contaminated as well with GMO. Yeah, pesticides, herbicides. So you need to watch those things regardless of what kind of protein that you're deciding to eat. Also, the antibiotics and hormones are an issue, There's in the plant foods, they can be highly processed, loaded with sugar, trans fats, whatever. So you need to pay attention to whatever kind of protein you're going to eat, and you want to make the protein that is of the best quality. Okay, so your goal should be to eat enough protein. We're talking about half your body weight in grams. It should be to eat as clean. Make sure the protein is as clean as possible. We're talking about not contaminated, not overly processed, not grain fed, not GMO, all these things that play into it. Take a look at what you are putting in your mouth, even if it is protein. So make it as highest quality of protein as possible. And you want variety, especially if you are eating a lot of plant protein, because plant protein, for most of them, are incomplete proteins versus animal protein has the complete. It has all 9 essential amino acids that you need in the animal protein. Okay, that's one of the pros. Plant protein is incomplete. So if you get the variety of it, you're going to end up with a complete protein as well. So you just have to be more conscientious that way. Okay, so that meat's not the only source, and because meat has, some challenges these days, you may have made the decision to eat less meat or to not even eat meat at all, and that's fine as long as you're intentional that you're paying intentional about what you are eating, especially what protein that you're eating. So I happen to have a meatless protein list that I am more than happy to share with you, so that if you're deciding to add more plant protein into your diet or non-meat protein into your diet, you can take a look at this and make sure you're getting it from all these different sources. Okay, so if you would like that, I am more than happy to share it to you. You need to connect with me. You need to mention this video. It's number 116, talking about meatless protein or managing your protein. And I will be happy to get that to you. Guess what? Your brain's destiny is in your hands.